Yo, 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 what is going on, my YouTube viewers, my YouTube subscribers? It's the one, the only, your friendly neighborhood YouTuber, Instagrammer, TikToker, whatever gets the likes, whatever gets the comments, BlkSpdrMan, coming at you with another Black Desert Online guide. Do me a favor, if you made it this far, go ahead and sack that like button, leave me a comment, and consider pressing the sub button. And if you press the sub button, press the little bell thingy to stay up to date on all my new content. So why are you here? You are here to see, can you still sell Grunil armor in Black Desert Online in 2021? And is it still lucrative? Well, I'm going to give you all the tools that you need to set up the shop, and that's for you to decide if the amount of work that you have to put in to maintain the shop is worth the money that you're going to turn from it. So we're going to go ahead and start the guide. All right, so my base of operations is Altinova. That's the very first place that we're going to talk about. So the thing about this, you're going to need about 83 contribution points. That's what you need. You can't be wrong if you get 100. You just can't be wrong. It's going to take technically a little bit less if you buy the bare minimum, but to have exactly what I have, exactly the way it's set up, 83 is your number. So we're going to go into Altinova. And you see all these different buildings that you can buy in Altinova. So I'm going to simplify it as best I can. So every place that you can buy that has lodging, go ahead and buy it and turn it into lodging. So what I mean by that, obviously this Altinova 10.1 can be storage, lodging, mineral workbench, residency. You're going to go ahead and make it lodging. So every single place that can be lodging, turn it into lodging. Okay? The next thing that you're going to be looking to buy is the armor workshop. So don't go buy every armor workshop unless it's required to buy the follow-on building. You only want to buy the armor workshops that can be turned into an armor workshop 5. So there are 2 in Altinova. You buy both of them. After you buy them, you spend the initial contribution points. You're going to press the level up button 5 or 4 times in order to get it to level 5. Not every single armor workshop can be turned into it. You need level 5 because in the level 5 is what we're actually trying to make, which is Grunil armor. Crafting, scroll down, boom, Grunil armor. So right now on the market, the most expensive Grunil piece is the Grunil helmet. It sells for about $488,000 right now if you were to put it up on the market. What does it take to make it? It's going to take 3 brass ignits, 1 fine tough hide, 10 blackstone powder, and 3 black crystal. So after you set up the shop, what part of this are you actually going to have to mine yourself? The answer is, depending on the route you want to take, honestly, the fine tough hide is the only thing that I actively go and get. The brass ignit, there are parts of it that I do myself. So the brass ignit is a combination between zinc and copper. You're going to melt down the zinc ore, you're going to melt down the copper ore, you're going to put it back into your storage, and you're going to let your worker make brass ignit for you. That's as much as you have to do for that. The fine tough hide is the part where I'll show you later on in the video. We're going to go to a specific location. We're going to have to kill some monsters. We're going to have to skin some monsters in order to get the material to turn into fine tough hide. So this is blackstone powder is one of those where it's up to you. You can actually go and mine rough stones and turn the rough stones into blackstone powder. You don't have to do it. You would just put the rough stones into your storage. There's a shop in Altinova that you can buy that can turn it into blackstone powder. But the mining of it takes too long to me. That's another thing that's competing for all of your energy. And therefore, I'm not about it. So what I do is I take black armor stones or black weapon stones and I grind them up and I make it blackstone powder. Some of you are probably going to cringe and have a heart attack because, man, theoretically, that however many stones you grounded up could have been money if you sold it. But for me, that's just the way that I go about it. The return on what you get from the armor is enough to offset that. And then the black crystal, you don't get the black crystal itself. You're going to get rough black crystal. You're going to go ahead and have to heat up the black crystal or rough black crystal to turn it into black crystals. But all right, so like I said in Altinova, recap, you need all the lodging places you can get. You need a few of the storage places. You need both of the armor level 5 places. And then I have a refinery or a mineral workbench. So this is where I put a worker in order to make brass signet. You can come down here and make brass signet times 5. So boom, it takes it takes the copper shard, melted copper shard, and melted zinc shard in order to make it. Your worker therefore makes the brass signet. Nice and simple. So we're going to go ahead and come out of the city. And we're going to talk about these nodes that you need. So how do you get nodes? You're going to have to go to the node manager and pick contribution points. If you don't have a value pack that's just going to let you to do it from wherever you're at. If you have a value pack, you can just click on the node that you need and go ahead and put some contribution points on it. So some nodes that you're going to need. You're going to need Altinova entrance. You're going to need abandoned iron mines. Inside of the abandoned iron mines, you're going to need both the iron ore and the zinc ore. So when it comes to workers, things that you're going to need to put a human worker on the Iron Man. Excuse me, on the Iron Man. Why are you going to do that? Because the rough black crystal, which I told you is needed to turn into black crystals, that is something that is only mined by luck. Humans have, of all the workers you can have, humans have the highest amount of luck. Therefore, you want to put the human on the iron ore. So, you also need Awakening Bell. You need Omar's Lava Cave, zinc ore, the mining spot, not the other spot. Minion Shore, copper here. That's it for this side of the map. You're going to roll over to the east side of the map. You're going to need Rocks Post. You're going to need Veterans Cave or Canyon. Tars Plain. Pilife. Excuse me, you don't need Pilife. Forgive me that, you do not need Pilife. Parhan's Gateway. Kaposha. Mining, copper ore. Come down south. Pujija Canyon. Copper ore, mining. Bosham's Base, iron ore. And that's it for when it comes to the nodes that you need, the shops that you need. That's it. So what you will need to do, you're going to need to come over here to the work supervisor in Altinova. You can go to the worker exchange and see there's a professional worker or professional giant worker. You can buy it. It's a 3 million for this one worker. Not a big fan of that. But you have a professional giant worker, you can buy them from here, or you can do contract workers and you can spend some energy to get workers. So what I recommend is get your first 7 workers, whatever their rarity is, just buy them. Just buy them and put them to work. Keep the 8th working spot open. So after you buy all the lodgings, you're going to have 8 workers that you can hire at one time. So keep the 8th working spot open so you can go to all your alternative characters. And after you go into your alternative character, you come back here, you spend the energy, and you try to get a better version of every single one of your workers. And then if you find a better version, hire them, fire the other one, and rinse and repeat. All right, so what we're going to go and where we're going to go to next, we're going to go ahead and roll all the way up here to Stone Tail Horse Ranch. And that's where you're going to go to skin bison in order to get to tough hide, rough hide, and all that good trash. So things to know about that. So I'm going to use drought and I'm going to use the seafood crown meal. Why am I going to do this? Because the drought increases the gathering +3, the seafood crown meal increases it +2. Important. So also one last thing to know before we leave Altinova, bring about 500,000 on you. When we get there, I'm going to show you the vendor, but there's going to be a vendor there that's going to sell you these improved tanning knives. Once you get to that location, you're going to buy as many as you can, and then you're going to start the process. So we're going to go ahead and head all the way up to the location. All right, we are back at the location. So you're going to come over here to material vendor, open up her shop, and down here, 50K improved tanning knives, just as I promised. Buy a few of those, go ahead and equip one. Now I'm going to come up here, go across this bridge. You look into the field and you will see the bison. So, as you see behind me, I have all my pets out. You're going to have your pets out for the simple purpose that they're going to go ahead and pick up all the trash loot for you, so you can get straight into gathering once you kill something. So, they pick up the trash loot, and with all my buffs on, it takes about 2 seconds in order to gather the hive. So the bison are extremely aggro. So what I mean by that, if you hit one in close proximity to another, essentially you can enrage every single one of them, pull them all together, do one big AoE, sweepy sweep boom move, and then you start skinning. Obviously know your limits, right? Whatever time it's going to take you in order to gather, don't kill more bison than you can gather. You're just wasting time in that sake, and then you're filling up your inventory full of trash that you really don't need. So you're going to do this. You're going to roll around here. You're going to kill as many as the bison. You're going to kill them. You're going to gather their hides. Also nice. They're going to provide you with all this hide. Gather all this real quick. Boom. 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 Boom, 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 boom. Oh, look. Sharp black shards. Gather. So another thing you can do to help with your gathering speed, if you have a ghillie suit on, the woody looking ghillie suit, it will also increase your gathering speed. So after you have gathered that, you're going to go over to processing. You're going to go to drying. You're going to click on ox hide. So it takes 5 ox hide to make tough hide, and it's going to take 10 tough hide to make fine tough hide. So you're just going to process all the material. I usually stay here until I have no energy at all, or I will pop an energy tonic and then increase my energy back up, or replenish my energy back up, and then stay here until I have no energy. The goal is to use all your energy and make it as lucrative for you as possible once you get here. You're going to get here, you're going to skin as much stuff, you're going to process it, maybe rinse and repeat a few times, get as much as you can right now, so when you go back to Altinova, put it into your inventory. It takes quite some time before you have to come back for it. So that's it. At this point, that is it. You have everything you need to do and need to know in order to start your Grunil shop. Note, to keep your workers fed, you will need beer. So you can come over here to this worker, and then you can press recover all, and it takes beer to feed your workers. So that is one last thing to note. But yeah, that is it. I will say something that can make this go faster. So right now, I probably make about 4 Grunil pieces an hour for a combined of, it's a little bit under 2 mil. If you get the right artisan worker, because artisan workers have special skills. If you have So you see advanced mushroom packing skill, there's an advanced armor skill. And if you have that scar or that skill, it will allow you to make 4 Grunils at one time. So you go from what I normally do, which is about, it's 2 mil an hour. So in the 24-hour time frame, you're looking about, what is that? Quick math, can't do it. You're looking about 48 million. That's what you're looking about 48 million. So you can now multiply that by 4. Matter of fact, don't multiply it by 4. If you have 2 workers with it, you're multiplying your revenue by 8. So 48 times 8. I'm not gonna do math in front of you and embarrass myself. But yeah, you're gonna, if you have those 2 workers with that specific skill, you can now make 8 Grunil pieces in an hour. And it's fantastic. I'm lying to you. That's more than 8 in an hour. You're making 16 in an hour. Because it takes about 30 minutes for Artisan Goblin to make Grunil. So, if you have 2 going at the same time, you're making 16 Grunils in an hour. So you're literally making 16 mil an hour. That's not bad. That's not bad money. I said, it all depends on you how much work you're willing to accept to put into this. But for me, it's an interesting. It's just the right amount of active and passive where I don't mind it. So hey, I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please leave me a comment if you liked the video. Press thumbs up. If you disliked the video, press dislike. And then leave me a comment and tell me why you disliked this video. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to go ahead and leave a clip at the end that's going to have the contribution points, all the nodes, and all the shops inside of Altinova that you need. I'm going to leave that on the screen for you next. Hey, I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Till next time.